Nation, Sunburn Bavetu. Welcome back to Upward Trends with me, OKB. Now, in today's video, we'll be talking about Kaizer Motaung Jr. As he was asked, very important question. Yesterday, teams played, Orlando Pirates, they won the league, which, by the way, for me, I feel like Abachita, something was not right with Orbit College, because if they did not score their own goals, I don't think we would be speaking about Orlando Pirates winning the league. But anyways, it's fine. We are not there, Bafetu. It might look like I'm a bit bitter in terms of that, but I'm just stating the fact and being honest about the situation. Nami, if it was our club who won like that and won the league, I wouldn't have a problem, because at the end of the day, what matters is the fact that they've won the league, and that is big ups to them. Big ups to them. It's something Saisho at the beginning of the year, when we talked about Mamelodi Sundowns, Sundowns will win the league this season. And to my surprise, it's happening. So I think maybe what I say with my mouth does tend to happen. But anyways, it's fine. Moving on, we go to Umjitrapana at Kaizer Motaung Jr. Now, Kaizer Motaung Jr. was asked in terms of, the co-coaches, because now the season has come to an end. It has concluded. Yes, I did hear Usadri Kaizer saying, no, we're going to, in a few weeks' time, we're going to sit down and discuss everything in terms of whether they will be leaving or they will remain as co-coaches for next season. And by the looks of things, from my side, looking at things, I'm thinking they will remain as part of Kaizer Chiefs. I don't know whether as coaches or as co-coaches, but one thing I'm thinking about is the fact that they will remain. So this is how Kaizer Motaung Jr. answered the question. Let's have a look at this.
Many years, everyone behind the scenes has worked very hard. I think the co-coaches themselves must take a lot of credit. The players must take a lot of credit. Our recruitment department must take a lot of credit, because I think everything is definitely a culmination of work and planning. Today, for example, we also must give credit to the coaches. We have an average age of 20 years and I think 21 days on the pitch today. We've given a debut to someone like Takalani, which testament goes to Coach Mzugi, who believes in our young talent, understands how important it is to groom them. Taka, for him to be the age of 18, youngest goalkeeper to make a debut since 1998. A lot of bravery from the coaches, looking to plan for the future. So I think obviously this is the last game. We'll wind down, sit down, consolidate all reports and see the way forward.
Your message to the Amakosi faithfuls in next season, top 8 of football, again qualifying for the CAF Confederations Cup, big things are coming for this team, the stature of this magnitude.
It has to be. I think if you look at next season, first of all, I just thank the supporters, because they came out, they supported us from day one this season. Look at the crowd today, beautiful attendance. Last week was amazing. We've traveled around province to province. We want to thank them very much for their support, their love. Everyone in the organization, we do it for them, because you know how special they are. All we can do next year is promise that we'll take it a step up. A lot of work's been happening, and promise an exciting season next season. And we know they want success. We know they want to lift silverware, and that's definitely our aim.
Thank you so much.
So, it was not a straight answer. He could not be able to answer it, which we know it's a classic. It's not something, we need to focus more on. But that is something Ngashoti we are left to imagine on our own. Okay, this is what the club is going to do in terms of the co-coaches. But from my side, as I've said, I think they're going to remain with Kaizer Chiefs for the next season or the coming season, with some players going out, players like Oxum Tetra, players like Opule Modi, players like Ozita, players like Bruce Vuma, Gaston Sereno. I do feel like those players this season. The reason why is for the fact that, number one, we've brought in Takalan Mazwamba ahead of Bruce Vuma. It shows how we are confident in that player over Umchitrapano Bruce Vuma, which for me, I feel like Utakalan Mazamba Bafetu is a great, incredible goalkeeper. He might be the next big thing, but obviously with time and everything, you're going to Khanye. But for now, him being that short and everything, he's definitely a good or a great show stopper. It's long bafethu. But anyways, that's what I'm thinking. And I know we've considered a goal with him in post, but honestly speaking, when I talked with you guys, I said, please, let's not expect a lot, from those youngsters. It is something that we need to think about before we start, putting a lot of pressure onto the youngsters. Kumele simnikeze nje isikhathi. Remember, I made an example with Nkosana Mbotu, which, it took him a bit of time, to be able to adjust and get to the level of Ilona, the standard of a senior team. And despite that, we also have to look at, the situation of number 2, Chippa United. They needed that point. They needed that point, which was very crucial, so that not just the point, maximum points, so that they can get out of the relegation playoffs or relegation zone. So it was much needed. Yes, we've closed the season with a lose, but I'm not too sad because I know youngsters were given a chance. They tried to prove themselves, and I think they did incredibly well. Even though we did not get to see Upeho Paho, which is a player that we were hoping to see, but I feel like it's because of how the results were. If the results were in our favor, maybe we could have seen Peho Paho, getting some minutes and some game time, but unfortunately, he did not get that. So yeah, in the end, we will see Bafethu. Currently, the season has come to an end. Nezwile Kaizer Motaung Jr., he did not respond the way we were expecting him to respond. It's all about now. What are we going to think, and who would we love to see, moving forward into the next season? Yes, Bonilo, Naredi Flongwane, but I'm speaking in terms of, the technical team, technical staff, which obviously that includes Khalil Ben Yusuf, Coach Cedric Kaze, we have Machi Safi, we have Elias Olais Mzohi, and then yeah, those are the people that are currently there. And some of you might say Maji Safi should be leaving, but we did hear the rumors of them saying Uti, Maji Safi and goalkeeper coach Tua, they've been offered, some new contracts. There's negotiations on the table. They're just trying to discuss that, which for me, I feel like it doesn't make any sense, because they need to negotiate with everyone, because everyone signed the same contract. Remember, when they signed 2 years with an option to extend. So why do we cut off the other people and speak with the other people only? It doesn't make any sense. But in the end, it is Kaizer Chiefs. They do tend to do things which they think, best suit or fit for the club in terms of the direction. Now, I don't know, because now we do have a new CEO. Maybe things will be different. Things will be done differently. I even saw somewhere, someone suggesting, which since there's this new guy, as a CEO, probably is going to want to do things differently, and he's going to change, how things are being run. But for me, I feel like for him to be appointed as a CEO, then definitely his vision and their vision aligns together. It wouldn't make sense. Like, for example, let's say I want to sign a player. I'm not going to sign a player who's not going to be able to, align with my conditions. Even recently, there's a Coach Pito, Coach Pito Msimane said something similar about that. I've had discussions with, Jessica Motaung, even Bobby Motaung. They were speaking about, the club and what they want to achieve, and it's certain things that are possible. I remember him saying something that it has to do with the possibility of that something happening, you understand? But also, it doesn't mean they will be hiring him. So as time goes on, are they going to bring in a new coach, a coach who's going to probably start afresh, do things differently, but continuing with the same squad? Or isn't, or they're just going to remain as they are? We go to, the preseason. Obviously, we're going to Europe. We go to preseason with the same technical staff, and then after we are back, that's when they start to announce, the new coach, new head coach, the new players. I don't know, but all of that sifuna ukukubona. We are all here, we are waiting, we want to see what club or which is the direction that will be taken by the club. So far last season, because already this season last season we didn't win anything bafethu. So maybe this coming season, the 2026 to 2027 season, probably will have at least 2 trophies nyana, and maybe even, you know, continue to that spot, saga number 3, because I'm not gonna say we're going to fight for a position number 2 or number 1. You need consistency. You need to at least lose 3 games in a season, or even 1 game in a season. You understand? Nakona, it will depend on the team that is up there on the log. So all of that, Jobangisho, it remains to be seen by Fate. I know these days they say that a lot, but it is what it is. I do not want to lie to you guys. In everything I'm going to be giving to you is something that will be there. But anyways, this is it for now. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please help us reach at least 50,000 subscribers. We're currently on 46,000 subscribers. Please do subscribe, and also like a video, of course. Yeah, this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you with something new. Peace.